Honkai Star Rail. Jesus Christ. Honkai Star Rail, the new turn-based gacha game made by Hoyoverse that's getting popular because it's made by the people who made Genshin. This is a game that I was lucky enough to playtest during the closed beta test back in February. And now, with the official release, I basically know how to play the first 2 planets. So, I decided to spice things up a little. I decided to add some specific rules to make the game just the tiniest bit harder. I boost games HD. I boost games HD will partake in the first ever Honkai Star Rail Nuzlocke challenge. I don't know if this is the first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail Nuzlocke. I kind of just thought about it and I was like, oh, maybe this is a good idea. Don't sue me. Yes, I have taken the Nuzlocke rules from Pokemon and implemented them into Star Rail. Because, why not? I don't see anything wrong. And it makes for a fun challenge and a good incentive to use my brain for once and think about my next move. It's like playing chess. I don't play chess. My brother plays chess. He's good at chess. The rules are: Nuzlocke begins when I can start pulling for characters. Secondly, only 1 10 pull per round. And lastly, of course, when a character gets knocked out, they die and cannot be used until the next planet. Tell me in the comments though, what other rules you guys would choose when doing this kind of challenge. I'm honestly interested. Leave them in the comments below, and maybe if I do an episode 2 of this, if I do an episode 2 of this challenge, maybe I'll implement some of the rules that you guys suggest. So comment below. With that out of the way, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you do, leave a like. And if you like the content, make sure to subscribe. It really helps me. Now, without further ado, here we go. Forgot to add this in the intro. Spoiler alert. Alright, let's get to it. Start the game with a shot of the Herta space station. And we are immediately greeted with an amazing melody from one of the big baddies of the game, Kafka, with her big baddies. And the Antimatter Legion, a massive intergalactic army and coalition of different races of hostile, malevolent monsters, whose goal is the destruction of all life and civilization in the universe. After being interrupted by an explosion, the game begins. We are now getting complimented by a holographic screen telling us the exact times of what happens during the siege of the space station. After a quick chat, we open the doors and we are greeted by Legion foot soldiers. What do we do when we encounter enemies? That's right, we pull out our Mac 10s. Bro. This is basically the tutorial of the game, and since I already played through this in the beta, we can just skip this part. We get to see a nice portrait of Best Girl, keep moving forward, defeating more Legion soldiers along the way. As we are about to be turned into sashimi, a Legion soldier attacking us turns into pixels like in the movie Pixels. And the hologram earlier reveals herself as Silverwolf, or what people like to call her, Bronny, and she joins our party.
さっきから何を見てるの？そんなに面白いのかしら。私にも見せてちょうだい。
Can I skip the question? After more fighting, we eventually reach a control room of some sort, and we use Bronny's expert hacking skills to reveal a holographic barrier protecting something. And that something is a Stellaron, the cancer of all worlds. Now, we get to pick our main character, name them, and we get the Stellaron pushed inside of us. We wake up in the arms of Kafka. After a nice little talk, we pass out again, and we are now found by these guys, the Astral Express crew, Dan Heng and March 7th. We tell them we can't remember anything. March says to try harder, and Dan Heng goes off on his own to find another injured staff member. We grab a bat, and now we are a swinger for the LA Lakers. Any Vanos fans out there? After finding more Legion soldiers, we reach the elevator that leads to the master control zone. Except there's one tiny problem. It's broken.
うちじゃないからね。絶対に反物質レギオンのせいだよ。
So we meet up with Dan Heng and find that one injured staff member. And
アスターお嬢様から俺を探すよう依頼された時、解除用の
確かカード
美月
どこにしまったか忘れちゃった。
おい。
あったあった。
お前というやつは
after that little encounter, we face up against the first mini-boss of the game. Sweep through him easily and get our asses saved by a flying fidget spinner. We'll go up the elevator and get greeted by a zombie. We get greeted by a familiar face and best girl number 2. And now we unlock warps. And what are warps, you may ask? Well, this is the wish system, or the summoning system, which means Nuzlocke begins. We do our first 10, and on March 7th, Eidolon. Great start. We meet up with Asta and the crew, and the Doomsday Beast. A Doomsday motherfucker. We are told to leave the space station and let Asta handle it.
でも行きましょう。
As we reach the supply zone, and
待て美月
終末獣本当に追ってくるなんてね。ほらかかってこい。みんな気をつけて。
the Doomsday Beast faces us directly. Breeze through phase 1, and now for phase 2. We almost lose Dan Heng, but we pull through.
やっ
Honkai Star Rail. The trailblazer fucking dies.
これはだ自らの意志であの結末にたどり着く。 幼児ちゃん、この子。
もう大丈夫だ場所を変えて話そう
We defeat the Doomsday Beast.